Hello and welcome to my Monday Lifewave live stream. My name is Megan Graham, and today I'm here to talk to you about a question that many folks that have already ordered their patches are going to think is very, very simple, and that is how and where to buy Lifewave patches. So this is the X39 patch. This is the question that people are usually asking about this patch when they ask where to buy this patch. I wouldn't be answering this question, except I probably get this question on my YouTube in the comments about 10 times a week. So I assume that there is some confusion about how to buy the Lifewave patches. And I always feel like if there's a question and I'm getting that question again and again, then it's probably best just to do a video. I feel like I see my dogs are always doing something where they're getting really busy next to me when I'm filming. But anyway, whenever I see a question again and again, I assume that might be worth talking about because people just don't know where to buy the patches. So one kind of confusing thing for a lot of people is that you actually there isn't a main Lifewave website that isn't attached to a brand partner. So you actually can't just call Lifewave and order the patches unless you have a brand partner ID. Some of you may know and some of you may not know, but I am a Lifewave brand partner. And what that means is I'm an independent distributor of Lifewave. And so when you're an independent distributor of Lifewave, you actually get your own replicated website. So if you go into it's in the description of this YouTube video, you're going to see my replicated website. It basically just looks like the Lifewave website, but it has my name on it. So at the top on the left hand, you're going to see Megan Graham, and it just looks like the Lifewave website. So what does this mean? It actually means that when you buy Lifewave patches off of that website with my name, that means that you are actually, how do I say it? You're purchasing your patches with me as your brand partner. And so what that means is that if you have a question, if you need to reach out to me and you have purchased your patches through me, I get back to you and I help you if you need, if there is obviously something that I can answer. If it is super science-based or technical, I'm going to probably refer you to the company because they're always going to have that information and they're going to convey it in the most scientific way possible. But, for most general questions, a lot of people want to talk to me about which patches to use and things like that. And in that case, the only people that I correspond with are people that have signed up with me. And why is that? Because I'm limited in how much I can do as a single human being. So the only people that I'm really consulting with and working with are the people that signed up with me through my replicated website. So one thing that people ask is, how do I buy Lifewave in, South Africa or the UK? How do I buy Lifewave in Australia? You can still buy it off of that replicated website. So if you go into the description of this video, you can order from my Lifewave replicated website if you're not working with a brand partner. And what you would do, so for instance, if you're in South Africa, you're going to go to the top of the website, and on the right on the top, you're going to see the US flag, and you can actually click on that flag and it's going to give you a drop down of every single country that Lifewave is available in. And so I have brand partners that are in other countries. I have customers that are in other countries, and they can still order through the website. There's not a separate website. You just have to be toggled on to the correct website to buy the patches. I will say that if you search the internet, you are going to find that there are people selling what they say are Lifewave patches online on eBay and Amazon. Those are not places that I would ever be ordering my patches because I'm not sure where those patches are coming from, but I know that Lifewave is not supplying patches for Amazon and eBay. They're all supposed to go through brand partners. So those are questionable patches at best. And from what I know, you're not actually getting a different price for the patches, but they may or may not be authentic Lifewave patches. So I always, I purchase my patches like everybody else. I do not get my Lifewave patches for free. I pay for them for me. my husband. And even though they're not sold to be used on animals, I do use them on my animals, not because they're recommended to be so, but I do. So I go through quite a few patches. I also buy them for my mother and my husband's stepfather. So anybody that's really important to me, I'm often purchasing them patches. I would only buy them directly from Lifewave. Does anyone have any questions? If you are on today, it doesn't have to be about how to buy the Lifewave patches. I know this isn't a super time consuming topic, but I feel like I've been getting this question so much that I just wanted to have a video available because I get a lot of folks that are like, how do I buy them? Also, if you can hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate that so much. If you like my videos and you enjoy it when I show up for the Monday live streams, I always love to hear from you. I love to hear from you in the comments. If you want to let me know, are you wearing the Lifewave patches now? Are you thinking about wearing the Lifewave patches now? As usual, I have my X39 and the X49 on. They're behind my neck right now. I've been wearing the glutathione a lot as well, but I'm taking a little break from that today. So another thing that I just wanted to say, I know that people have questions about where to buy the patches, but on top of people asking where to buy the patches, a lot of people get confused about how to do it. So if you are interested in purchasing the patches through me, please feel free to email me if you're having trouble with the website, and I can actually send you, if you tell me what you want, or if you'd like me to help you pick something out, I'll send you a cart that's all done for you, ready to go, and you just click into it and you can put your information in and check out, and you don't have to figure out how to use the website, which can sometimes be a little bit easier for sure. Terry says, where do you put the skin patch on your body? Which patch are you asking about when you say the skin patch? Are you asking about the Alavita patch? Let me know which one, and then I will definitely tell you. And hello, chatter. How are you? It's nice to see you here. So I know that's very, very basic, but I do get that question all the time. You also, if you don't want to go onto the website, there is another way to buy the patches. If you would like for me to be your brand partner, you would call Lifewave and you would give them my brand partner ID, which is 216-7534. I'm going to add that also into the description after. But anyway, my brand partner ID is 216-7534, and you would call Lifewave directly. They will actually put your order through for you as well. There are a lot of people, obviously, that many of my clients are, I would say the majority of my clients are over 50 years old, and I have quite a few clients that are between 60 and 80 years old. And for sure, many folks prefer just to call and have someone help them with their order, as opposed to trying to figure out the website or just how to do things on the internet. And Terry says the Alavita patch. So Terry, with the Alavita patch, I usually wear it right behind my neck. Sometimes I wear it right here as well. There are a few different places that you can wear it, but both my husband and I oftentimes wear it right behind our necks, and it is a wonderful patch. I really, really enjoy it. When did you start getting the Alavita patch? It's one of my favorites, although I think of this as the skin patch too. I know it's not called the skin patch, but I would say out of all of the patches that, like when people say that they want something to make their skin more beautiful, this is probably always my top pick because it just does so much and your skin changes so very much. So basically, for the majority of the time, you need to find a brand partner. So if you're already working with a brand partner and you want to order the patch, you can go through that brand partner. They're going to have their own replicated website, and I'm sure that they would want you to use their replicated website wherever, whomever you're working with. If they introduced you to the patch and they let you know that they were a brand partner, of course you would want to order through them. Another thing that many people ask me is if they are interested in signing up as a brand partner, how do they do that? That's on the same website. So if you wanted to sign up with me as a brand partner, for instance, you would go to my website, which you can find, it's really right first thing in the description of this video, and then you would go to the join page. And so with any of those packages, you buy them one time and you are a brand partner. So they're not, I think some people see those and they think that those are a monthly charge. That would be a huge monthly charge for some of those patches. So it's not something that you need to buy every single week. So on a different note, other than what I'm talking about with the patches and where to buy them, although if anybody has any questions, feel free to jump in with that. One thing that I just wanted to share, I had such a great week this week, and I started using my patches it was 7 months ago. And I have seen so many changes in how I feel. And when I started using my patches, I felt like I didn't have a life anymore. I was so sick and I was often in my bed. I had no energy. I couldn't do any hobbies, and I was truly just surviving. And I'm only 48 years old, so that's not very old to be feeling that way. And it was a really scary time in my life. And what I just want to say is that I did not just, take this patch as I think some people just expect that they're going to like take this patch out and they say, can I use it for a month? And, that's all I ever have to use it for. No, I would definitely say that that's not the case. I would never suggest that using this patch for a month is going to be long enough for people. But every single month, I have seen more and more improvements in what I'm able to do physically, how I feel mentally, even just my skin looking better and overall looking better and looking like myself again. And this past week, I just was able to do so many things. My husband and I were out looking at a property because we were thinking that we might want to renovate something in the future, or at least we were considering it. And we went out to lunch after. I took my jujitsu lesson. And then actually yesterday we looked at another property because I think what we are leaning towards is we live in Arizona and we're thinking that we might want to buy a piece of property and build a healthy home just so that we know exactly what is inside and what the functionality of that home is. But I was just feeling really grateful this week for all of the things that I am able to do now, where I was able to do so little before, and I felt like my life was kind of being taken away from me. If you've ever been sick, you just know that it's really hard to enjoy yourself when you're feeling terrible and you feel limited about what you can do. And this week, I just felt that I was able to do so many things and feel so good. And really to feel, not to say that I don't have any more healing or getting better to do, because obviously I had a pretty complex illness that doesn't go away overnight. But just feeling how much of my life has come back to me and my functionality just felt absolutely amazing. So I was feeling so grateful yesterday. We had a really fun day. And we stopped by to see an open house and met the most lovely realtor as well. So that was really fun. So just the things that you can do when you start to get your health and your energy back are simply amazing. Does anybody else have any questions? I would just love to hear from you. It doesn't have to be about how to buy the patches, but any questions about X39, or would you like to add anything to the chat? I always just like to see if anybody has anything that they'd like to say, because I probably won't stay on for long if people don't have questions or things to add. Some of my YouTube live streams are a little bit shorter when it's just me talking, because I only have so much that I need to say when I come on for these. So just let me know if there's anything that you'd like to add. I feel like there's always so many questions that I get throughout the week on my YouTube. So it's always interesting. And I wish that some of those questions were asked when I was actually on here, but I will see. I'll just answer a few of the questions that I got this week, since it doesn't seem like there's a lot of questions right now. One question I got, and this is about the X39, is how many patches in a packet? There are 30 patches of X39 in one sleeve or one packet of the X39 patches. And let's see what else I've got. Some people ask questions they're really about a diagnosis or a direct thing. I can't answer those questions. One, I just can't answer because I don't know. And two, we're not allowed to answer those questions. So I can't answer when there's a question about a direct diagnosis, just so everybody knows that. Someone else asked if they could wear 2 patches at the same time. Yes, you definitely can. Although you don't need to wear 2 of the X39. So 1 X39 is totally sufficient. You don't need to waste your money by wearing 2 X39s. If you want to add a different patch like the X49, yes, but there's no reason for you to wear 2 X39s. So save your money for that. Someone else said that they were dealing with detoxification symptoms, and I really can't give people advice on what they should do. But what I will say is that when I felt like I was detoxifying from the patches, I just took a break. I took it off for a few days, or I wore it for less time, and that was it. I just altered my schedule. Um, let's see. What else did people ask? Someone else said, how can I order and how much? So you can order. You're welcome to go to the description of this video and you can order through me if you'd like me to be your brand partner, or order through anyone else's website if you have that as well. This is the X39 patch, and they're asking, how can I order and how much? So if you buy this as retail, which is the most expensive way to buy it, it's $150. I never recommend that people buy it retail. It's $99.95 with a subscription. And it's also $99.95 as a brand partner. So it's really very similar. Brand partners do have some opportunities to get the patches for a little bit less money. It's very similar, although we do get better prices when we buy the enrollment packages. So when you click the join button and you look at the enrollment packages, the bigger they are, the cheaper the patches, but they're all very, very similar. Someone else asked how old I am. I'm 48. And let's see. Also, someone asked me how long they should wear them. And minimum, I said 1 month per decade that they are old. So if I'm 47, that would be 5 months. That said, to keep up my results, I'm planning on wearing them indefinitely. It's interesting because people get really irritated about potentially wearing them for a long time. And it's so interesting to me that that's a sticking point. For me, if something makes me feel better, it is not a big deal to keep wearing it. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, but do I have to wear this forever? Well, I don't know. Do you want to feel good? Like, do you want to be tired again? I guess if it makes you feel good, then wouldn't it be worth it? Like, truly, this patch is less than a Starbucks coffee a day. Like, cut out your coffee. I mean, if it's important to you to feel good, if you're like me, you would do anything to feel good. So for me, yeah, I'm going to wear it indefinitely because I want to keep feeling good. Um, let's see, who else asked me a question? This person says, who can afford 3 or 4 different patches for this and that? I don't think most people need 3 or 4 different patches, to be honest. I wear several patches, but I also had intense medical issues and they thought that I had early Alzheimer's. So if I have to wear, I mean, right now I'm wearing 2 patches. Sometimes I wear 3. It's really not a big deal for me compared to all of the other stuff that I've had to do for my health. Sticking patches on is no big deal. Someone else asked, where do you wear the Eon patch? Usually for me, I wear it right behind my right ear. If I have pain, sometimes I wear it directly where I have that discomfort, if you will. Let's see, what else? This person said, I'm on day 5 of wearing the X39 and Eon. I don't feel anything. I feel just as fatigued as I have been in the past 10 years. And for me, that's more of a comment, but that is just too soon. 5 days is nothing. And I think people are thinking that they're going to feel like electrified or everything is going to change. And yes, I do have many, many customers that feel the difference within a few days. For the most part, 90 to 95% of my customers do not feel it until 5 to 8 weeks in. That's when they slightly notice the changes. It is not a massive change that you feel the second you put it on. I feel like that would be a lot if you felt it that much right when you put it on. This says, is it right to wear the X39 patch for 12 hours, then take it off and put the Eon patch on for the next 12 hours? Definitely, you could do that. The other thing that you could do is to try to wear both of the patches at the same time. You don't have to take one patch off to put on the other one. Let's see. Someone asked, is X39 the strongest patch? I wouldn't say it's the strongest patch. I wouldn't say it's about the strength. I would just say that it has such a range of different things that it does. So for me, this is just the most important, crucial patch. So always, I can tell you that if you contact me for patches, I know this is going to be the patch that I would start you with because it covers so many bases and it does so many different things. So for me, it's so much better for me to recommend one patch that does many different things than there are other patches that Lifewave makes and they're great. But I just think that this one covers many different things with the same patch. So oftentimes people may not need additional patches. I like to keep it simple. I don't always think it's about spending more money. It's just keeping it as simple as possible. I do have full disclosure. I have every single patch that Lifewave makes, but I don't wear all the patches all the time. Some of them sit in the drawer and I might wear them every other month. Others I might wear once a month. It really depends on what I need to do at that time. Someone else asked, when you take the patch off after 6 hours, do you throw it away or reuse it? I throw the patch away. For me, it's doing so much and it's not a big deal to open up a new patch. I know that they're not cheap, but I also feel like I do usually put it on one of my pets after I reuse it, but I don't wear it for myself again. Honestly, when I take these patches off, I don't know if you guys have taken these patches off, but they're gross. I don't really want to rewear them. I won't say you can. I have heard that people do, but I do take them off and I do throw them away afterwards. Somebody else said, can you shower wearing the patch? Yes, you can. It is waterproof, adhesive. They still come off sometimes. I don't like to wear them when I shower. I usually put them on after I shower. Sometimes I don't wear my patches for the most part. I don't think I wear my patches for 12 hours most days. I usually put my patch on around 12 and I probably take it off by 9. I've had plenty of results wearing it that long, so I don't necessarily think I need to wear it for the full 12 hours. Let's see what else I can see. If there's any other interesting things. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Just jump right in. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as a silly question. So if you feel like jumping in, definitely jump in. It's been a little bit quieter on my live streams lately, and I think if it's super quiet, I might kind of cut back on how much I live stream just because I like it when it's chatty, and I feel like if people don't have a lot to add, then it's not as fun for me. So if anybody wants to jump in, I love your questions. It just makes it seem like there's a reason why I'm here. Let's see what else I have. Can I wear the X39 and the Eon together? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Chatter says I'm wearing an X39, X49, 2 ice waves, and 3 eons and energy enhancers. That is a lot, Bob. Wow. How is it working with the 3 eons? So you're wearing 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 patches on, Bob. Wow. That is legit. That's a lot of patches for sure. Oh my goodness. Somebody asked, can a Lifewave X39 cause headache? That's a really good question. I don't know if it would be the patch or if you just have a headache. But that said, when I was detoxifying, had I worn the patch for the full 12 hours, I think it's possible that I could have had a headache. So I usually recommend for many of my clients that they just start a little bit more slowly with the patch just to make sure that they don't detoxify too fast. Some people need to detox and they don't even know it. See if there's any other ones. And oh, this is nice. There was a brand partner that said that they really liked. Actually, this is my brand partner. It was someone that just upgraded to be a brand partner, and they liked that I did not pressure them into being a brand partner. And not too many other questions, but this person said it took till day 8 to notice anything. That's so funny. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, day 8 is still super, super, super fast. Terry says, what does detoxifying exactly mean? So Terry, basically, a lot of people don't know this, but we are exposed to a lot of different things in our daily life because of our modern world, because of the chemicals, because of the things that we eat, because of many different things, right? It's the air that we breathe. Some people like me get exposed to mold toxins. And so, at least in my case, my body had slowed down so much because when I started these, I was 47. And even by 47, our bodies have slowed down, right? They're not healing as quickly, they're not working as well. It's not the same when you're 47 as when you're 22. And so my body was having a tough time getting rid of toxins once they came into my body. And when I started wearing the patches, my body definitely started working better. I saw the difference, and basically it worked to we have detoxification pathways. So our bodies were built naturally to detoxify, to remove things that were not meant to be here. And I could definitely feel that those things were starting to really work when I started wearing the patch. And although I thought that was a good thing, that's why I didn't wear it for longer than 6 hours, because I only wanted my body to try to, pull out and do as much as it could handle. I did not want to try to do too much at once, because the act of actually detoxifying your body is not always pleasant, especially if you have a body that's hung onto a lot of things. And I can't say too much about the different things that I think that people are experiencing with their health because of toxicity, but I just noticed that generally speaking, there's a lot more illness than there was, let's say, 30 years ago when I was growing up. And we have a lot more chemicals. We have a lot more exposures than we used to. We also have things like this, and even things like your cell phone are going to cause toxicity and your body to not perform optimally. So basically, when you wear the patch, it can help your body. At least in my case, my body was definitely performing better, which was a good thing. I just wanted to do it slowly so that my body could keep up with it. And that's one of the things that I chat with my clients a little bit about. I try to hop on the phone with people and just give them an overview of what to expect. I do get a ton of emails from other people as well that are not my clients, but unfortunately, I just can't hop on the phone with everybody or email with everyone. Another person asking about, can we buy the patches in Australia? Yes, you can. It says to help with the cost, please. I don't know what that means, but this person said, I just tried the X39 with Eon and the energy enhancer. I'm hooked. It's interesting. I like the energy enhancer, but I don't wind up recommending that too much for my clients, because a lot of times I just think that the X39 is enough. I think the energy enhancer is great, but I don't think that everybody needs to have that. And then see if there's any other. Somebody says that they experienced vivid dreams with the patches. That is definitely something that can happen. They were talking about the aloe vera, and that did happen. Someone else said, how often do you change the patch? You can wear it up to 12 hours, and then you throw it away and you start with a new one the next day. This person said, yes, I would like to sign up. Let me know how, please. Always feel free, if you'd like to sign up with me for Lifewave, you can send me an email and I'll help you, or you can just go right on in the description of my YouTube video right here, and you can click on it and just do it yourself if you want to choose things yourself. See if there's any more good ones here. Let's see. This says any way to test or check to see if the patches were activated by accident, like left in a hot car. I would definitely not recommend leaving your patches in a hot car if at all possible. I don't think it's a great thing. I actually had just shipped a friend some patches and she gave me the wrong address, so they all got shipped back, and they were in the hot Arizona sun for a long time, and I just don't think that they were the same. Chatter says, I'm wearing one Eon on each knee and one on my back. I have an ice wave on my right knee, also one ice wave on my back. That's so awesome. I hope that it's helping a lot to have those all. So you have it on your right knee. That's interesting. I didn't know that you could do the ice wave on your right knee and your back. That's really interesting. I haven't seen that placement. Is it working well? I do. So I have Lyme disease, and I get almost bone pains, I think it is. Sometimes it's so weird. Haven't had them a lot lately. They're very, very rare, but I did get them the other week, and I put an ice wave under each foot. and my pain was reduced by 60% after I used the patches. So I've heard different things about IceWave. I really like it. Some people, I think, have trouble with the placement, and they don't always say, the exact same thing that I do. Laura says I use the IceWave patches and I have them. That's awesome, Laura. They are the best. I got another great story. I love my testimonial stories. And this week, so we have a friend. He's my husband's friend, and he's my friend too, but he's Jeff's good friend. And he is a retired World Cup ski racer. He's had 7 knee surgeries. He's in his 60s. And he was just in such bad chronic pain. He couldn't kneel. He could barely sleep because he was always just trying not to move around and be uncomfortable. And I talked to him after, I want to say, 4 weeks of using the patches. So he was using just the X39. That was the only patch that we started him off on. He said his pain in his knees was 50% better after 1 month. And then Jeff spoke to him the other day, and I think now it's been either 2 months or a little bit over 2 months, probably 2 months, just over maybe 9 weeks. And he said he doesn't even think about his knee pain anymore. He didn't do another operation. He didn't add, the only other supplement he did add is I told him about a supplement called glycine that I take. I think it's usually in the links of my videos. I take glycine. I take it with my patches. And glycine has some really interesting, it's an important part of your body naturally that affects your joints. So I did have him add glycine, and that was pretty effective with the patches. So I'm so happy he's feeling so good. That makes me so glad for him. I love these stories. So I got a lot of really good stories back this week. Well, you guys, it's always so nice to see you on here. Chatter says, I put the tan patch on the pain and the other one just above or to the side of the tan one. That's so amazing. I'm glad that you're wearing them and that it's helping. Laura says, I have a ganglion cyst on my wrist, so I've been patching it and it's going down. I'm so thankful. That's amazing, Laura. I love to hear the stories of what happens with the patches because it's so different for everyone. I think it depends on how you take care of your body, on giving them enough time, because I feel like there's certain people. That's one of the reasons I always try to reach out to my customers so that if people didn't talk to me, they have the opportunity to, so I can help them if they would like it. And I think I had someone recently that wore them for like 2 weeks and decided that they didn't work. And I really never got to talk to him about it. But I was like, 2 weeks is not enough time. I mean, I would never try to convince someone to keep wearing the patches, but 2 weeks is such an incredibly short amount of time to do anything. So anyway, he didn't really seem like he wanted help. So I didn't try too hard. But Terry says, I have 3 herniated discs, torn ligaments, and torn meniscus in each knee. I am 57. What are my chances of these patches helping a person like me? I really can't answer that, Terry, so that I wouldn't even be allowed to answer that. But even if I were allowed to answer that, we really can't say. I think it's something, I don't know how long you've been wearing the patches either. I think there's so many, for me at least, so many different factors. But one thing that I believe is that they take longer than people think they're going to take. But really the answer is, I don't know. I know they're always going to do something helpful, but I never would be able to say, oh, you should expect this to happen in this amount of time. First of all, I'm not a doctor. Secondly, even if I were, I think it would be very hard to know what is happening inside anyone's body. And the other thing too is that I always think it depends. It depends what else you're doing. It depends how long you give it. It depends if your body is properly mineralized. So there's a lot of different, things to see, but it says I've been using them for about 6 months. And yes, you have to give it time to do its thing. Well, I think that's really good. And it sounds like it's already doing a lot for you. You might, not giving you medical advice, but you might want to look into my description and research that. Not telling you should take it, but research that supplement that I was telling you about that I linked to in my description. I'm not getting paid that I linked to that supplement, but it is one of the supplements that David is going to be putting into his supplement that he's going to sell to have people take that will help to support the patches and their use. And glycine is an incredible incredible thing. So it's always worth researching that and seeing if that would be something that might be useful for you. Terry says, "Are there any success stories of healing herniated discs?" I'm not sure. You can definitely look online and see what you see. I honestly don't get. I work with people and I get their testimonies, but for me, I don't look for testimonies on every single thing to see, what happens with other people because again, I think everybody is different. Um, I've heard of lots of amazing things happen, but the way that these were described to me when I started, I asked my friend that signed me up for them, "What do you think they'll do for me?" And she said, "I really don't know exactly what they'll do for you, but I know it will be something good. I know that it's unique to your body and what your body does with them." She said, "I know that it's going to do some amazing things. Just let me know what happens." And that's really the way that I describe them to people. I just don't know. And, you could hear somebody's testimony and theirs could be different than yours, but I feel like you never know what's possible with them. So it's just always worth seeing what is possible. Um, and it says, I'm just looking, it says, I don't think it said how long you had been wearing the patches either, Terry, but either way, I think that I've seen amazing things happen. I've seen my friend's knees doing so much better. Jeff had a lot of discomfort in his hip and he was limping constantly, and that went away. That was 7 weeks, but Jeff is 57 years old. He didn't have a lot of other health issues. So, I never know, but I always like to see what happens. And for many people, the biggest thing that I hear is energy. And then over time, I start to hear a lot of other really interesting things. It's always so nice to come on here and chat with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. And also for listening through that question. I know that not everybody is probably interested in hearing, where do I buy these or how do I buy them? But I always feel like if people are asking me so many times on the internet, it's good to answer it because people get frustrated when they're trying to get these. And whether I'm the person that helps people with patches and signs them up or someone else does, my main goal is to get people wearing the patches because I know what they've done for me and I know how they've changed things for me. So the more I can help other people, to give them a chance and hopefully give them some months to do their thing, the harder I try to do that. Oh, that's so great. And Laura says, I'm 57. So, yes, the patches have done so much for me. I love them. That's amazing. I'm so happy, by the way, that when I started wearing the patches, I took a picture of my face. I was encouraged to do that by my friend that actually signed me up for them. And she doesn't do this as a business in any way. So, you guys may or may not know this, but this is like, first of all, I love these patches and I'm blessed to say that this is my job. But really helping people, educating them about the patches, creating understanding about the patches. That is my full-time job. That's what I'm lucky enough to get to do every single day is to help my clients. And I do this YouTube as something free for everybody on YouTube to get information as well. But my friend that introduced them, she was just sharing them. She shared them with just a few close friends. And, I'm just forever grateful that she told me about these patches because she's just such a trusted person. And for me, they didn't sound real. I'm a really cynical person and I've seen so much holistic stuff. And these just seemed too good to be true. And I see that happen on the internet where people will say, like, this is a scam or these things can't work. And truly, they do. And, I've had even like, the boyfriend of one of my brand partners wore them and he was really, really skeptical. And he said that there was no way that they would work and they really worked for him. And, his neck discomfort went away. He had really bad tightness there. He had, I think it's called a labral tear that healed. And so he had so many interesting things happen and he finally changed his mind. After he wore them, he decided that they did work. So I will be back here again next week on Monday, Arizona time. I usually start right around 3. Sometimes it's a few minutes after 3, but I will be back again next week. And Laura says, yes, they really do work. And the sleep patches are amazing. You're right, Laura. The sleep patches are so amazing. I couldn't sleep for years and years. I lost one of my siblings when I was in my 20s, and I took sleep medicine to not think about it because I was so sad. And after I took it for a while, I couldn't sleep without it. And so I was taking it for a really long time. And these patches did so much for me, but I no longer take sleep medicine anymore. I don't have to take anything. I wear the sleep patch and I don't have to wear it every night. Like last night, my husband and I we were looking at real estate and we were walking through the Arizona brush. And I was just like hoping that no rattlesnakes would come out and get me, because that's the last thing that I need. But the sleep patch makes me sleep. And yesterday I was so tired after looking at real estate, I just slept without it. But after, I'm 48, I started taking sleep stuff at 26 and I did from 26 to 47 and I don't have to take anything anymore. And that is so good not to be putting that into my body for sure. Laura says it makes you just relax and sleep so good. Yeah, it really does. I will just add, I think that you need to wear the sleep patch a little bit like for a week. I think after a week or even 2 weeks, that sleep just gets better and better. So that's the other thing I always go back to. These patches take a little bit longer to work because they're not a pill. They're not, um, they're not like they're not a drug or a pill or something that you just put into your body and it changes everything like that. It's a different mechanism, if you will. And Terry says, "What is the name of the sleep patch?" The name of the sleep patch, it is called Silent Nights, and it is wonderful. If anybody's wondering, sometimes people want to know where I put the patches. I put the sleep patch under my right heel. And that is where it makes me sleep so, so well. It's my favorite thing. Laura just said the nicest thing. Laura said, "You are so beautiful," just saying inside and out. I appreciate it so much, Laura. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm the most beautiful person outside. Sometimes I think things have taken their toll on me, but you know what? I'm still here. And actually I feel like I'm getting prettier again, the way that I used to feel. And this job that I have, which is helping people with the patches, I like to help people. That is what I do. A lot of times people have like three patches in their cart, and I'll tell them they only need one. They may not need three to start, or maybe they do need three. We talk about it, but this is my favorite job, and it's made me so happy because I like to help people and do my best by people. So it is my favorite thing. Oh, and you put the sleep patch behind your ear. That's so interesting. So Laura, I tried the sleep patch behind my ear when I first got it, and just for me personally, it didn't work very well behind my ears. So when I first tried the sleep patch, I actually didn't think I liked it that much, and I wasn't wearing it. And then I saw a video where somebody else was wearing it under her right foot, and then I really liked it after I wore it under my right foot. So it was so interesting. Um, Laura says, "I love to hear you speak about these patches." Laura, it's like my favorite thing to do. So even yesterday, my husband and I went and we walked into an open house because we had looked at this lot in this really cute neighborhood in Arizona. It was like a gated community, and there's very few lots that haven't been built up yet. We just don't want a house that, we want brand new, so we know that I'll be healthy in it. Right foot, right heel, underneath your foot, the right heel. So bottom part of your foot, that's where I stick the patch. But we decided to stop in this open house. And actually, when we went into the open house, we were just chatting with this very lovely young realtor. And I forget how we started talking about it, but she asked what I said that, we were talking about phones. And I said, "Oh, I'm always on my phone. I use my phone for a living." And she was like, "What do you do for a living?" And I started talking about the patches. And man, we had like a 20-minute conversation about the patches because I just love talking about them. And I think even when I'm out and about, I think people get that feeling. They know that like I'm not ever forcing a product down anyone's throat. I just feel like it's been such a positive thing for me that I enjoy sharing it with other people. I enjoy sharing it with other people, and I enjoy being really realistic because to me, it has been a miraculous thing for me. I don't think I'm allowed to say treatment, but just a modality, let's say a modality. And it's made such a big difference in my life. So I try to present it really reasonably so that people will stick with it and that they will feel those soft, gentle results that are so amazing and that they know what to expect. Yes, I patch my dogs as well. And we actually just started patching our cat. We have a 2-year-old cat who got a horrific urinary tract infection. and we were just trying to do every single thing that we could so he didn't get a blockage. So we were putting him on my PEMF mat. We're trying to keep his stress levels down. We patched him, just anything to help to make him a little bit healthier. And I think it made a really big difference for him. So, well, you guys, I love coming on here and chatting, and I am definitely going to come back on here. I'll be on next week too. I was thinking about doing one about the actual people also ask me about the ingredients in the patches, and it's so simple, and actually nothing goes into your skin. So I'm not sure if anybody thinks that that would be an interesting topic, but that is something that people ask about a lot, and I didn't see a lot of content out there. So I was thinking that that might be the topic next week. It doesn't mean we can't talk about other things too. I always love it when people drop in and they talk about, what's going on. Another thing that I was thinking about doing is if anybody is ever interested in chatting about their experience with the patch and they would like to be on my video at all and do a testimonial, you're always welcome to email me and let me know if you'd like to chat about that, or you can just hop into the comments too. I know some people might be shy about being in a video. So, well, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I am going to go and work on some other content that I have going out this week, but I always enjoy our conversations. And also, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for joining into the chat with me, because that is when I have the most fun, is when I get to chit chat with you and answer your questions and interact. It just makes this so fun for me, and it's my favorite part of the week. So thank you for showing up. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it so much. And if you come onto this video and it is just posted and you can't join in the live chat, always feel free to leave your comments below. And if you need to buy patches, if you'd like me to be your brand partner, please hop into the description of this video. You can buy your patches, or if you want my help, just email me and I would love to help you. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. And as always, I appreciate all the kindness and all your nice words and your questions and everything. Laura, so nice. Love you, darling. God bless. Thank you for your channel. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate it, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your week. And thank you so much, Laura. Bye, everybody.